Dear all, welcome to my channel Biology Notes. Today I will discuss about the anatomy and histology of one of the important endocrine gland known as the adrenal glands or suprarenal glands. Contents of the video include general overview on adrenal glands, gross anatomy, detailed histology of adrenal glands, and hormones secreted by adrenal glands. Adrenal glands are one of the important endocrine glands in human body. Adrenal glands are paired organs lying near the superior poles of the kidneys. That is why they are also called suprarenal glands. They are both embedded in the perirenal fat at the superior poles of the kidneys. The right gland is flattened and triangular, and the left gland is semilunar in shape. The glands are of about 4 to 6 cm long, 1 to 2 cm wide, and 4 to 6 mm thick in adults. Together they weigh about 8 gram, but their weight and size vary with the age and physiologic condition of the individual. This is an adrenal gland. If we make a section, then we will see the gland is covered with a thick connective tissue called capsule. The capsule sends thin trabeculae into the gland's parenchyma. These trabeculae help to carry blood vessels and nerves inside the gland. The gland has two regions, the adrenal cortex and the central adrenal medulla. The adrenal cortex is yellowish in color and medulla is reddish brown. I have used different colors so that you can understand better the two distinct regions. Embryologically, the cortex arises from mesoderm. It is the steroid secreting portion. It lies beneath the capsule and constitutes nearly 90% of the gland by weight. The medulla originates from neural crest cells. It is the catecholamine secreting portion. It lies deep to the cortex and forms the center of the gland. This is a diagram to show the histological structure of adrenal glands. If we study microscopic structure, then we will see the adrenal cortex is divided into 3 zones on the basis of the arrangement of its cells. These are zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, and zona reticularis. Zona glomerulosa is the narrow outer zone that constitutes up to 15% of the cortical volume. The cells of the zona glomerulosa are arranged in closely packed, rounded or arched clusters surrounded by capillaries. They are continuous with the cellular cords in the zona fasciculata. Cellular study of this region shows that cells are relatively small and columnar or pyramidal in shape. The spherical nuclei appear closely packed and stain densely. They have abundant smooth endoplasmic reticulum, multiple Golgi apparatus, large mitochondria with shelf-like cristae, free ribosomes and some rough endoplasmic reticulum. Lipid droplets are sparse. The cells of zona glomerulosa secrete the primary mineralocorticoid called aldosterone. The middle zone of the cortex is zona fasciculata. This zone occupies 65 to 80% of the cortex. The zone consists of long cords of large polyhedral cells, 1 or 2 cells thick and separated by fenestrated sinusoidal capillaries. Cellular study of this zone shows that nucleus is spherical and lightly stained. The cells are filled with lipid droplets. The lipid droplets contain neutral fats, fatty acids, cholesterol and phospholipids that are precursor for the steroid hormones secreted by these cells. They have highly developed smooth endoplasmic reticulum than cells of the zona glomerulosa and also mitochondria with tubular cristae. They also have a well-developed Golgi apparatus and numerous profiles of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Cytoplasm is acidophilic. The cells of zona fasciculata secreted glucocorticoids like cortisol, corticosterone, etc. The cells also produce small amount of gonadocorticoids or adrenal androgens. The innermost zone of the cortex is zona reticularis. This zone comprises about 10% of total cortex region. The cells are smaller than those of zona fasciculata. The cells are arranged in anastomosing cords separated by fenestrated capillaries. Cellular study shows that nucleus is more deeply stained. The cells have relatively few lipid droplets. In this zone, both light and dark cells are seen. Dark cells have abundant large lipofuscin pigment granules and deeply staining nuclei are evident. The cells have well-developed smooth endoplasmic reticulum and numerous elongated mitochondria with tubular cristae. They have little rough endoplasmic reticulum. The cells are responsible for secretion of gonadocorticoids, mostly dehydroepiandrosterone, dehydroepiandrosterone sulfate and androstenedione. The cells also secrete some glucocorticoids. Now, the adrenal medulla. The central portion of the adrenal gland is called medulla. This central portion is composed of chromaffin cells, connective tissue, numerous sinusoidal blood capillaries, and nerves. When nerve impulses carried by the sympathetic fibers reach the catecholamine secreting chromaffin cells, they release their secretory products. Therefore, chromaffin cells are considered the equivalent of postsynaptic neurons. However, they lack axonal processes. Chromaffin cells are organized in ovoid clusters and short interconnecting cords. The cells contain numerous secretory vesicles with diameter of 100 to 300 nanometer. Presence of well-developed rough endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, etc. The secretory vesicles contain catecholamines, either norepinephrine or epinephrine. So, there are two types of chromaffin cells. One population of chromaffin cells contains only large, dense core vesicles. These cells secrete norepinephrine. The other population of cells contains vesicles that are smaller, more homogeneous and less dense. These cells secrete epinephrine. Both the vesicles also contain large amounts of soluble 48 kilodalton proteins called chromogranins. The chromaffin cells are responsible for secretion of norepinephrine and epinephrine. There are another cells known as ganglion cells are also present in the medulla. Their axons extend peripherally to the parenchyma of the adrenal cortex to modulate its secretory activity and innervate blood vessels. The axons also extend outside the gland to the splanchnic nerves innervating abdominal organ. So, this is all about the histological structure of adrenal glands. From the discussion, I hope you have already understand what kinds of hormones are released from the adrenal glands. In the table, I have mentioned all the hormones secreted by adrenal glands and their main functions for your better understanding. The adrenal cortex secretes three main types of hormones: mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids, and gonadocorticoids. Mineralocorticoids include mainly aldosterone. It is secreted from the parenchymal cells of the zona glomerulosa. This hormone controls electrolyte homeostasis, maintains the osmotic balance in the urine, prevents serum acidosis, etc. Glucocorticoids include mainly cortisol and corticosterone. They are secreted from mainly parenchymal cells of zona fasciculata and to a lesser extent of the zona reticularis. These hormones promote carbohydrate metabolism, stimulate mobilization of fats, provide resistance to stress, suppress inflammatory response, etc. Gonadocorticoids include dehydroepiandrosterone, dehydroepiandrosterone sulfate, and androstenedione. These hormones are secreted from mainly parenchymal cells of the zona reticularis and to a lesser extent of the zona fasciculata. They induce development of axillary and pubic hair at puberty in women, cause masculinizing effect, etc. The adrenal medulla secretes two hormones, norepinephrine and epinephrine. These hormones are secreted from chromaffin cells of the medulla. These hormones act as sympathomimetic, increase heart rate, blood pressure, sweating, rate of respiration, etc. Decrease urine production, digestion, reduce blood flow to viscera and skin, etc. So this is all about the gross anatomy and histological structure of adrenal glands. If you have any query, please write in the comment section. Subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notifications of new videos. Like and share the video. Stay with us. Keep watching. Thank you.